In Season 2, Episode 1 of House of the Dragon, titled A Son for a Son, the Targaryen civil war heats up. Aegon II is crowned as the ruler in King's Landing, while Rhaenyra Targaryen continues to assert her claim from Dragonstone. Political maneuvers and family betrayals intensify as both factions seek to consolidate power. The episode also delves into alliances and conflicts, setting the stage for a brutal struggle for the Iron Throne. Hi, welcome to AI_Dreamwaves, the channel where we use the power of AI to bring you amazing content. In this video, we'll be giving a full recap of the events of House of the Dragon Season 2 Episode 1. So make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be doing weekly recaps and breakdowns of House of the Dragon throughout the season. So let's jump right into it. So Season 2 immediately starts off with that classic Game of Thrones intrigue, by giving us a brand new intro sequence. Whereas Season 1's intro followed the line of succession of House Targaryen, Season 2 intro sequence gives a much more intimate and detailed narrative of their entire dynasty. We'll be doing a full breakdown of this new intro in a future video, so ring the notification bell so you know when we drop that video. The episode starts off with a monologue about honor and duty given by Cregan Stark, the current Lord of Winterfell. This monologue by Cregan, I believe, acts as the perfect backdrop of this series, as when you really boil it down, the entire civil war was sparked by a sense of duty on both sides. Playing on Cregan's sense of duty and the famous honor that House Stark is known for, Prince Jace makes his plea for the support of House Stark and its bannermen in the Targaryen civil war to come. To understand the events of this opening scene, we must remember that at the end of Season 1, where Rhaenyra sent her two boys, Jace and Luke, to enlist the help of various houses across Westeros. Rhaenyra sent her eldest son, Prince Jace, to secure the support of the North, while she sent her second eldest, Prince Luke, on what she thought was a safer mission, to secure the support of House Baratheon at Storm's End. This would prove a tragic mistake, as we saw what happened at the end of Season 1, where Prince Aemon's killing of the young Prince Luke acted as a similar moment to the shot heard around the world that started the American Revolutionary War. In this case, it meant as the catalyst for the Dance of the Dragons, the name of the civil war which pits King Aegon's Greens against Queen Rhaenyra's Blacks. Upon hearing of his younger brother's death, Prince Jace makes a hasty retreat to Dragonstone after securing a pledge of 2,000 of Cregan's men and the support of House Arryn in exchange for protection of the Vale with a dragon. Next we see Rhaenys, the queen who never was, returning exhausted from her patrol at sea. Corlys Velaryon's massive fleet have created a naval blockade around the Gullet in an attempt to starve King's Landing maritime trade. Later in the episode, we see the ineptitude and naivety of King Aegon II. We get a glimpse of his indecisiveness and lack of understanding of the political direness of his position, through his interactions with two small folk. A shepherd named Gerard, requesting the return of his flock of sheep taken by the crown to be used as food for the dragons in the inevitable civil war soon to break out. And a smith named Hugh, who requested upfront payment for himself and the other smiths in King's Landing for the creation the weapons needed for the war. Aegon is quick to say yes to both men, not understanding why the Crown as made these decisions in the first place, forcing Sir Otto Hightower to step in, schooling the young king in the affairs of his state, resulting in an embarrassing display, making Aegon look like a weak king, much like his father before him. Unfortunately for the Greens, this isn't the last we'll see of just how ineffectual Aegon is as a ruler, as his kingdom sits on the brink of civil war, and his claim and life literally hangs in the balance. As the episode progresses, we'll eventually see how he pays little attention during his small council meetings, gets drunk with his friends at night. Meanwhile, we have Rhaenyra on the tragic search for the body of her son. with an impulsive Daemon wanting to storm King's Landing with the combined might of his and Rhaenys' dragons to kill Varga and Aemond. A son for a son. Roll credits. Rhaenys turns him down, ignoring his request as he is not king. The looming civil war has made Daemon paranoid and distrustful. He chastises Rhaenys for not killing Aegon during his coronation ceremony when she had the chance to end him and his entire line. Daemon goes even further in his rage, as he openly states his distrust of Sir Eric, even after he betrayed his own twin brother and risked his life to bring Rhaenyra her father's crown. Heading back to the event at King's Landing, we see Sir Ark, the twin brother loyal to Aegon, keeps guard along the ramparts of King's Landing, watching for incoming dragons as Varga and Aemond return home. Here we get an intimate look at one of those expensive ballistas meant to kill dragons. Next, we get a notable scene with Helena, Aegon's sister wife. Aegon has come to take his son Jaehaerys to take part in the small council, so he can learn for when he is king one day. In the background of this scene, we see Jaehaerys' twin sister, Jaehaera, realizing it is difficult to tell the two apart, a foreshadow of what's to come later in the episode. Here we get another one of Helena's classic prophetic warnings, as she tells Aegon that she's afraid of the rats. A rather odd thing to say. But we know that the rats refer to the characters Blood and Cheese posing as rat catchers to kill her child. Next, we catch up with Alicent, learning she has graduated from her career as an OF model, showing her feat to becoming a 5-star chef serving up Sir Criston a delicious meal. And yes, I am proud of that statement. Anyways, moving on. She proclaims that this is the last time this will happen. And I imagine this is where we all collectively rolled our eyes, because we all know this will not be the last time. We'll see the two of them together in bed in the final moments of the episode, as they learn about Jaehaerys' final moments. Going back to Aegon's small council meeting, we learn that it is composed of his mother, Alicent, Hand of the King, Otto Hightower, Lord of Laws, Jasper Wilde, Grand Maester Orwyle, and Master of Coin, Tyland Lannister, whose twin brother, Jason, is currently amassing an army to fight on behalf of Aegon's side at Golden Tooth. The looming question being, which houses will pledge their allegiance to Aegon? Here we get a peek at the strategic games being played as we learn of the plain marriage of Aemond to Lady Florys Baratheon, gaining them the support of Storm's End. While Lord Ormond Hightower is also busy amassing allies in Oldtown in the south, but with no responses from the ravens sent to Winterfell, and the Vale thing still looks bleak for the Greens. Especially with Corlys Velaryon's blockade starting to inflict a heavy toll on King's Landing. As a response, the suggestion that Lord Dalton Greyjoy be offered the position of Master of Ships in exchange for his fleet is thrown out there. But the most strategic point they need to fortify is Harrenhal to the north, which is currently in their control under the command of Lord Simon Strong, Larys's great-uncle. Now that we've mentioned Larys, Alicent does meet with the Master of Whisperers, who vaguely implies he knows about the steamy meal she serves to Criston. As blackmail is his weapon of choice, he tightens his grip on the Queen by revealing that he had every quote-unquote traitorous staff of hers executed and replaced with those loyal to him. This makes him even more powerful, as they will no doubtingly report to him on the Queen. Corlys' men caught Massaria, the White Worm, one of Daemon's former lovers, who sold secrets to Otto Hightower in his quest to usurp the throne. They handed her over to Daemon, who made a deal with her in exchange for her freedom. Using her network of spies and shady friends in Fleabottom, the slums of King's Landing, Daemon seeks to take advantage of this, using someone she knows that can carry out his son-for-son vengeance. After mourning her son, Rhaenyra returns to Dragonstone meeting with her war council, issuing only one command: I want Aemon Targaryen. Fun fact, this was her only speaking line in the episode. Next, we see Prince Jace in an emotional scene briefing his mother on his mission to the north. Here we get to see the toll the young prince's death has had on his family. This leads into a somber funeral. Next, we see Daemon making the risky journey to King's Landing in disguise, meeting with one of his former men from the City Watch. We meet with one of our soon-to-be Rat's Blood. Blood takes Daemon to Cheese, the man whom Mysaria told Daemon was perfect for the task at hand. Cheese is one of the castle's rat catchers, which means not only does he know his way around the castle, but he can also get around without drawing suspicion. Daemon persuades Cheese with gold to assassinate Prince Aemond. As Blood and Cheese make their way to the castle, we see Sir Criston Cole and Prince Aemond gripe about how long it's taking to go to war. This is interrupted by Otto, who dismisses Sir Criston Cole, seeking to steer the young Aemond in the right direction, urging him to control his emotions and not to feed into his base impulses. We then catch back up with our little rats, Blood and Cheese making their way through the castle, posing as rat catchers. They enter through the sewers, eventually making their way throughout the castle and the throne room with ease. Here we get to see a drunk Aegon make a fool of himself with his friends. Blood and Cheese make it to Aemon's room only to find it empty. But it isn't long before the two stumble upon Helena and her twins. Here we get what is perhaps the most intense scene of the series to date. Maybe even one of the most intense scenes of all of television. As they hold Helena at knife point, forcing her to reveal which of the twins is the boy. She reluctantly points out her son, and the two men go on to sever his head, while Helena grabs her daughter and runs to her mother. They killed the boy. A traumatized Helena takes Jaehaera into her mother's chamber, too broken up to notice that Alicent was taking a ride on Criston Cole. Instead, giving the final chilling line of the episode, they killed the boy. But what did you think of the first episode of Season 2? This was our first ever recap video, so please give any feedback on what scenes of this episode was your favourite. And let us know if there was any scenes left out that you think we should discuss. We definitely want to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. For more video like this one, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at AI_Dreamwaves.